Aivan, kaikkia Silver täällä taas ja jatketaan tätä Hogwarts Legacya eespäin. Mennään kohti seuraavaa tehtävää. Näin ikään. Tossa olisi tosiaan joku sivujuttu, jos haluaisi tehdä, mutta mennäänpä nyt tekemään tää päätehtävä aluksi. Ainakin. Tää sivujuttu ehtii tehdä myöhemminkin. Näin. Ikään. Juoksemme täältä tänne, sitten tänne. Seurataan kultaista vanaa. Jaha, himisevät armorit. Ja seurataan vaan tuota kultaista vanaa. Näin. Ikään. Pistetään juoksuksi. Ihmeen hyvä kunto tällä tyypillä. Noin, sitten vaan jatkaa seuraamista. Kannatti tarkistaa. Täältäs vaan löytyy jotain niin tuosta. Harmi, ettei teidän kyytiin voi hypätä.
Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
Ja siellä on lisää. Käytiin hakemassa vähän aineksia. Siinäkin on. Sitten juostaan. Lisää vaan. Kitty! Black cat. Ja näin ikään juostaan vaan. Hyötyliikunta. Noin ikään.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
I used to help out.
Nyt tää taisi olla se aukio, missä me tapeltiin. Vähän mähinöitiin. Vitää troll silloin nyt tässä aika alkuvaiheella. No, seurataan nyt valojuovaa. Olen valojuova nurja. Minne valojuova menee, minäkin menen. Silloin oli vielä yö, kun me lähdettiin juoksemaan tänne. Nyt alkaa vähän niin kuin nousta jo päivä. Tuolla jos se näyttäisi olevan arkkunen. Täällä näin. Tätä yksi täällä on. Tiedä, mutta mennään nyt tekemään toi tehtävä tuolta.
This must be the place Minister Diggory mentioned.
Helen, Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Ah, here you are. I'm pleased to see you took my advice.
You. Dear sister, it's been some time since we heard from you. How are things in ministry? We continue to think of you and hope that you're doing well. You'll be happy to know that we've all made our peace with your decisions to become an auror. As dangerous as it is, you must live your life and follow your path. You are doing so in the servants of the wizarding world. I must inform you of something that you may find curious. It seems a troll has taken up residence in the train tunnel near town. The poor thing most great and learned tragic lesson about the fundamental frightened. Miksi minä luen englantia, kun olen siinä huono? Kysynpähän vain. Nyt mä en eksäisi yrittää lukea. Jos te olette lukenut noita, niin niitä talteen, mä luen niitä tossa jossain kohtaa.
Madam Thistlewood. I met your
No.
great-uncle in his portrait in my common room. He sent me to speak to you.
I'm pleased you came. Uncle Eldridge believes the book you found and its missing pages may be relevant to an unsolved case from my time as an aura.
Very well. I'm listening.
Decades ago, a student named Richard Jackdaw disappeared after going to meet a girl named Anne. They never found his body. When his headless ghost appeared briefly in Hogsmeade, wholly unaware of how he died, Anne was convicted of his murder and sent to Azkaban. It was in large part due to the testimony of a girl called Apollonia Black. Jealous of Anne, I think.
That sounds terrible, but I'm not sure how I can help.
Anne's alibi was somewhat labyrinthine. She said Jackdaw promised her adventure following a map he found on some pages he'd stolen from Peeves.
And you think Peeves ripped those pages from the book I found in the restricted section?
If my great-uncle is to be believed, yes. At least that's what the portraits at Hogwarts suspect. Anne insisted that Jackdaw had asked her to follow the map with him, but only after she solved a series of puzzles he'd prepared. Odd way to woo a girl. She swears she never even solved the first puzzle, so they didn't meet. Jackdaw's ghost vanished almost as soon as he appeared. Without Jackdaw's puzzle, pages, or remains, Anne was sent to Azkaban based solely on Apollonia's spurious testimony.
I don't understand. What can I do to help?
I believe Anne may have solved the first puzzle by now, but after spending time in Azkaban, she's a shadow of her former self. She won't speak to anyone she doesn't trust, and she trusts no one. If you, a student with a connection to the pages, like Jackdaw had, spoke to Anne, she might reveal new information.
I'll come with you to Azkaban if it will save her. I am not sure I want to visit Azkaban. Anything to see to Azkaban. Mikä mä vähän kiinnostaa,
I've
miltä
always
Azkaban
wanted to
näyttää.
see Azkaban. Count me in.
I suppose it has a peculiar appeal to some, but it can be terribly disconcerting. Fortunately, being a retired aura has its benefits. We can apparate right to her. I've escorted ministers, professors, and many others to that blasted place. Never a student, I'll admit, but I will keep you safe.
Can
No
you
niin,
tell me
mutta
more
on
about
lisää.
Apollonia Black?
Wretched, vindictive girl, that one. Apollonia claimed that Anne threatened to kill the boy after he broke her heart. The Black family's power over certain people in the ministry, along with the fact that Anne is Muggle-born, sealed her fate.
Okei, semmonen Apollonia oli.
I'd like to know more about Anne.
That poor soul never was the brightest girl, and that lack of wit proved to be her undoing.
I half suspect Jackdaw and Apollonia were merely toying with her. Who could have known he'd end up dead?
She's not held up well in Azkaban. In some ways, she blames me for not proving her innocence. I'd like to clear her name if we can.
You said Jackdaw's ghost appeared briefly, then vanished. Where do you think he went?
I have no idea. Evidently, he was always a bit restless, going on and on about adventure. If I had to guess, he tired of Scotland and is somewhere on the other side of the globe by now.
Very well. Let's go.
Steady yourself.
Let's
We'll
go.
operate together. Don't worry, I've never splinched anyone.
Do take care now, and tread lightly in that horrible place.
We'll be there in but a moment.
Päästäkö Azkabaniin seikkailemaan? Kyllä.
Expecto Patronum!
Pam, pam.
That ought to keep them at bay for now. Though, be aware, you may feel a wave of despair. It will pass.
Thank you for the warning.
This really is a dismal place, but we'll be out of here soon enough. Now follow me. Mind your step.
I never thought I'd see the inside of Azkaban for myself.
Nasty Dementors. Not even I could convince the Ministry to send them off. There's no need for such monsters.
I had my wand. I'd cast Crucio on the lot of you!
You don't scare me, young cur. They teach you so little of what you should know of.
That witch you're with has a dark cloud over her. I can feel it.
Who's there? Torment me further!
No one at school's going to believe this.
Now remember, Anne has been here a long time. The Dementors aren't kind. Have patience and speak to her quietly and respectfully.
Are you Anne?
Who's there? Who speaks to me? Is that death finally come for me?
I'm a student from Hogwarts. I found the book that you said would exonerate you.
Ah, the book, the book. No one would look. None of the mages found the pages. Methinks the feckless knave meandered to his cave. My fate was surely sealed in Upper Hoggyfield.
I think I want to find must you be cryptic.
What are you trying to say? That the missing pages are in a cave near Upper Hogsfield?
Field, ruins house, a vault concealed.
A vault in some ruins near Upper Hogsfield. I suppose it can't hurt to look.
Can't hurt to look. Go find the pages from your book. Helen, know you're here. Come in closer, be a dear.
What is it, Anne?
Ouch! Mutta toi oli matka Azkabaniin.
You're hurt.
Go. The cave. You're safe now. You have what you need. I'll be all right once I get...
But Madame Thistlewood, all right, I'll find it. I'll find Jackdaw's cave. I should investigate.
Jep, sitä mä oon menossa tekemäänkin. Se oli vierailumme Azkabanissa. Anteeksi. Tuntui kurjalta, mutta... No niin, mä olen tasolla 1.
This must be the place Anne told me about. No one's been here for ages.
Jep, siltä näyttääkin. Arkku. suojaus.
Revelio.
Ja miten tästä pääsee läpi?
Revelio. Revelio.
Nyt tuli pieni pulma palapeli. Guess I'm very close range. Nonni. Apua.
No, that's not it. Revelio. Oh, that's done something.
Nyt tarvii tuolta kattoo noi. Ei, väärä.
No. How did you do this, Jackdaw?
Nyt oli mun muistaakseni toi tuolta.
You couldn't outwit me, Jackdaw. Now, where's the clue you left behind?
Onko täällä muuta otettavaa kuin tuo? Ei. My dearest Annie, well done. You slowed my bustle. I knew you were kinder. Kindred spirit and the only one with whom I could truly share my adventures. Meet me at the edge of the forbidden forest as soon as you can, and I will show you the map that I mentioned. There is no telling where it will lead us. I found it on Bake's the previous repeat from a secret book, and no one else seems to be able to find. I haven't any idea what lies ahead, but I am glad to know I shall share my future with you. This is only the beginning, Richard. P.S. I am terribly glad you found this, as I would have gone on alone if you did not, and what fun would that be?
A note from Jackdaw. Anne never found it. So how did he die? Was she to blame at all?
No.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Could it be? Has someone solved my puzzle after all these years? Well done indeed. Richard Jackdaw,
Ghost!
at your service.
The Richard Jackdaw. I heard you disappeared years ago. You have some explaining to do.
I do? That was my puzzle you solved. What are you doing here?
A retired Auror, Helen Thistlewood, told me about a map you stole from Peeves, and then Anne told me about a cave.
You saw Anne? Broke my heart. I had to go on without her. Probably best for her in the end. Dare I ask? How is she?
Not well, I am afraid. You ruined her life.
She was imprisoned in Azkaban for your murder. I fear the Dementors have taken an irreversible toll on her.
What? Azkaban? Oh, poor Anne. I had no idea. I thought she'd written me off. I've been traveling the world for years to mend my broken heart. I came back here only recently. On a whim. I must speak to the Auror you mentioned and see how I can help Anne.
I'm glad to hear it. Before you go, would I still be able to find the pages with the map Helen mentioned?
I'm almost certain I dropped them in the cave the moment I was beheaded. They're bound to be mouldering away with the rest of me. Tell you what, meet me at the edge of the Forbidden Forest, and I'll show you precisely where to find them.
Oh,
If you don't mind my asking, how did you lose your head?
I was having a look about when I suddenly sensed a refreshing breeze. After which I felt, well, lightheaded. That's all I remember. Hence, if you do find yourself in a cave, be prepared. I can't tell you what for specifically, but you seem a perceptive sort. Beware a light breeze.
This Apollo.
Helen mentioned Apollonia Black. Did she set up Anne to take the fall?
Have you never met any members of the Black family? They can be rather vindictive. Once Anne showed an interest in me, Apollonia couldn't let it alone. That her own heart had grown cold simply didn't matter.
How is it possible to steal from Peeves? A poltergeist?
I didn't steal the pages from his ghostly form. I merely found them in his wake of destruction. He has a penchant for wrecking things. Books, bottles, suits of armor. Whatever's likely to cause the most chaos. Found them on the floor outside the library where he discarded them. Not my luckiest find, all things considered.
Thank you. I need to find those pages. To help a friend.
I shall see you there.
Nonni. Käydään vähän tutkimaan mitä kaikkea. Cast internal enemies. Ösar hetken. Practice 3. Tarvii jossain kohtaa tuota tehdä. Nämä on tämmösiä hienoja. Tää uusi on kyllä aika hieno niin. Mä näen lisää noita, joita teevän ja helttei. Nää kaikki vähän näyttää. Joo, mennään ihan kohta. On kyllä aika... Pistää vähän erilaisia vaatteita päälle. Vaikka ei paljon mitään nostakaan, niin... Pistetään nää ihan perus. Olen nyt tykästynyt näihin. Noilla on tossa vähän pidempi toi hame tässä. No annetaan olla, kun mitään tää vähän tosta antaa Devansea. Ja näitä ei olla vielä saatu. Vähän muokattiin. Kun jossain kohtaa saada oikeesti joku kiva hattu, niin voidaan lisätä hattu päähän. Inventori. Collections. Challenges. Combat. Onko se sit kun näitä suorittaa, niin saa noit kaikkea palkintoja. Mut joo, mä voisin itse asiassa jättää tän osan tähän, joten jos tykkäsit, tilaa kanava, jos haluat, että tosta vielä tehnyt. Jätä kommenttia, niitä olisi aina kiva saada. Se olisi seuraavan videoon, eli hei hei!